Hello and welcome to the Classical Urban Podcast. I'm back. I'm black, and nope, I'm just kidding. My name's
I thought he was gonna commit to it too, man. That's funny. Go ahead. You're gonna have to do that over because I know they didn't hear you.
Hello, welcome to the Classical Urban.
God damn it.
Welcome back to the Classical Urban Podcast. I'm back from Dallas, Texas. My name is OG Philly G. Joining me today are
Baby Ice Cube.
George Georgopoulos.
In the legacy.
Why'd you say that so sensually?
Because I'm sultry.
You're something. All right, Cody, you said that you had some things you wanted to talk about this week.
Closure, Cody. We all need closure.
Oh, yeah. So, our, not the most recent podcast, but podcast
The one
before
before
that.
it.
The Legend of Big Panties. I received news that Big Panties is, in fact, dead. As of about 4 years ago. Apparently somebody got big pantied and decided that enough was enough. No one will have their dick sucked anymore. So they took a shank about 5 inches in length and stuck it through his neck. His big black gay neck.
Why did you have to emphasize the fact that it was a gay neck? Like,
Well, I'm also going to emphasize the fact that it went the wrong way down the neck because
Yeah.
It went up and out instead of down and in.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But yeah, Big Panties is dead, so y'all don't have to worry about going to prison and being
Gayed.
Yeah.
paid.
Gayed.
I also found out
Guys,
something else about
stop.
the whole thing, right?
Okay.
So you'd wake up with your dick and balls wet, your pants below your ankles, and you knew it was Big Panties because he'd leave a little Jolly Rancher in your belly button. So yeah. Oh, and then I guess afterwards, if you were walking around, you would hope that nobody would know. Everyone would know because, beforehand he'd point at you
Yeah.
to let you know your next target.
Second of all, he come out wiping his mouth and shit.
Well, afterhand, he would let everyone know that you got because you'd be walking or whatever, and Big Panties would look at you and just raise his fist in the air with a big smile in his hand, like, ah, and he'd be pointing at you again, like, ah,
It's just.
I got you, bitch.
Oh
Just
my
picture it though. The
Lord.
6'6", 450-pound black guy comes walking out of a cell, just wiping cum off his bottom lip.
It's fucking horrible. So, Big Panties got.
Big Panties got. It's a sad day, and a sad day in America.
Is it though?
Whole lot less comedy.
Yeah. I can't make jokes about going
Big
to prison and
panties.
getting my dick sucked anymore. Like, as real as it is, it's kind of funny in a
Yeah.
cynical way, right?
Bro, the fact he puts Jolly Ranchers in there.
in the belly button.
Right,
You
and
put
it's
it in the
like-
belly button.
it's
You know what makes
Does
me
he
wonder?
lick them and stick them
Yeah,
in?
I was going to say, is it an open Jolly Rancher? Is it kind of moist and stuck into your belly button, or is it just in the package still? That wasn't specified to me.
What he probably does is he puts the Jolly Ranchers in the mouth, sucks the dick, and then sticks them in the belly button.
Who made the point? Because
What?
we were around someone when you told this story, and they made the point that Jolly Ranchers are the candy that you suck on.
I did.
That was you.
I was getting ready to say, I was like, this is going to be so homophobic, but that's like the fruitiest, like, if you had to make a candy gay,
Yeah.
it'd be Jolly Ranchers.
Hey, what do you call a gay rancher?
Gay.
No, a Jolly Rancher.
God damn it. But, it's just the fact that he takes, the fruitiest, candy you can think of, and you suck on it.
All
It's
right, enough. Okay, let's just get past all the gay jokes now, okay? Jesus, fuck. This is a family show.
We should have made. Big
No,
Pan-
it's not. You just told the legend of Big Panties. This ain't no family show.
Hey,
We should have
look.
made Big Panties our mascot.
Hey, look, sometimes little Timmy got to know the real shit. You got to know. Timmy, if you steal $1 out of mommy's purse again, you're going to get your dick sucked. God damn it.
Oh my God, he should. We should probably induct him into the Classic Urban Hall of Fame, though. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
The first man.
We'll get a wall.
Get a wall. Just put it right here. Just.
Got to find a picture of him. I still don't know his real name. I was asking somebody, and the person who told me his death, and I was like, do you know his real name? And he's like, I don't think anyone did.
We should just, instead of a picture of him or anything, we just get the biggest pair of panties we have and just put it on the wall.
Go to Target and buy some granny
Yeah.
panties.
I'm pretty
or
sure
something.
they
In
they
rainbow color.
I'm
In
pretty sure
rainbow
at
color.
Spencer's in the mall they have a gag pair of panties that are just enormously large.
There you go.
Bro, just put them in a frame.
Yeah.
Put them right there. That'd
And-
be great.
And we'll dye them rainbow color.
Yeah, because gay. Yeah, Jolly Ranchers and such. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh my God, this is so funny.
so what happened this week, boys?
Well, I'm gonna get this out the way now because my life was changed this weekend.
Oh, he got to experience a college football game.
No, not just a college
A
football game.
Southern college.
Nope.
What? They're all like that.
Cody,
They're all like that in the South.
Cody,
They're
this is
all like that in
this
the
is the
South.
most winningest college in football here.
Winningest?
Yeah, I mean that's probably not a word, but
You mean to say that the team has the most wins? Is that what
they
you
have the
meant to
most
say?
national championships out of every college in the entire
So
country.
that's what you meant to say. Winningest. Yeah. Okay.
I just it's
We'll
a fucking
remember
term.
that.
It's a fucking term. Who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah.
We don't speak right English anyway. He thinks.
We don't speak right English.
I mean, he thinks Celtic
I
is
don't
Celtic.
need no
it's fine.
literacy.
Brandon, it's proper
Hey,
English.
George.
Shut up.
Hey,
Anyway,
George, you want to grab me one?
are y'all really? Stop reading my fridge. Anyway.
What?
Can I get a water?
Oh my God, guys.
What?
But yeah, I got to go to the University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium.
What's it called?
Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Bryant Denny? I bet he was a slave owner.
Paul Bryant was very racist, but he is still one of the greatest coaches ever.
He owned slaves.
No, he
Oh,
wasn't
no,
that
he
old.
worked them like slaves.
No, well, kind of, but it's fine. But it's the history of it. Like, I'm a huge Alabama. My family, like, that's
I get it.
like. Imagine if you went to a Dallas Cowboys game. You'd
probably cream myself.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, granted, the game was 56-0, and they were playing to
Cowboys aren't
nobody. But
racist.
No, it's just the owner.
God damn it. Hey, look, you know what? I had high hopes for that motherfucker. What's it, Jerry Jones?
yeah,
Because, he joined the Cowboys in the
No,
kneeling.
but he did it.
No. He joined them, right? And I was like, see, that's why I'm a Cowboys fan. Jerry Jones, he the real MVP. Next Sunday, if any of you guys kneel, I'm going to have to remove you.
Yeah.
Like, what? What? Hold the fuck on.
Anyway, yeah, I am. I couldn't breathe. Me and my sister were like freaking out the entire time. Like it was just the most.
I'm happy for you.
Like I've reached. Like I told her, I was like, I've reached the achievement of my life. Like we're done. Like I don't know where to go after this.
That's
like,
what I felt after I saw Kanye live.
see what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. Okay, it's just.
It was like
It's like, what do you do? What else could you do that's this cool?
Go to the moon.
Shut up.
probably see Sade live.
Sit on a beach in Mexico, high off your ass.
Nah.
No, it's
Because I feel like that's really you can do that.
That's really easy to achieve.
No, dude, trust me, it's amazing. See the stars and shit.
When did you do this?
16.
You lie. When did you
No.
go to Mexico?
All the time.
Fact check his ass.
No, hold up.
Just kidding.
Puerto Penasco, Mexico.
What
think
the hell was a band of Greeks doing in Mexico?
My
You know what? Matter of fact, let me tell you something. You know what the funniest thing, aside from, okay, it's not funny. It's funny. Fuck off. When a foreigner's trying to speak English,
yeah.
when two other foreigners are trying to speak totally different languages to each other, now that's when the shit gets funny.
Yeah.
For instance, right? My sister's dad, when he was still around, fuck that motherfucker. Anyway, he's from Mexico, and he would go into the Asian restaurant and try and order us some Asian food. Now that was a fucking sight to see. Holy shit! Oh, can I get the shit with the chicken? And then he'd be like, "What the fuck you talking about?" And then they just go back and forth. And all he wanted was like some kung pao chicken. And he didn't know how to say it, and she had no idea what the fuck he was saying. And she was low key being racist because she's looking at him like, "You brown boy, get out of my soul."
No.
That's great.
Fucking
So again, yeah, what the fuck were a bunch of Greek people doing in Mexico?
my sister's godfather owns condos down there. So yeah, went there.
You just dropping this information on us now?
I
knew
told
this.
you about
Yeah,
this.
I knew this. I've heard about
Dipshit.
it.
You
I ain't never know about this.
You probably told me.
Well,
I
you
just
don't
forgot.
listen.
No, I don't listen to him. Hell no.
He's got dad ears. Just tunes everything out.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
George.
he's a fucking dad.
I'm not a dad.
I said
You're
the same thing
dad.
to you.
I'm not a dad.
You're a dad.
How am I a dad?
You walk around your house. Well, you go out in public with house shoes. You don't like anything
Sweatpants.
new.
No, that's him. I like new stuff way more than he does.
You don't like anything new. You wear dad jeans. He wears dad jeans because they fit him.
No, those aren't dad jeans. Those are grandpa jeans.
Exactly, because I'm
He-
a grandpa.
He wears grandpa. Yeah, you're fucking grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm not a dad.
You're
He's dad.
No.
I'm not dad.
We have two
He's-
dads. Y'all gay as fuck.
He's uncle. Uncle Phil.
Why do I get to be the dad?
Because you look
Because
like
you're
one.
dad.
I'm not a dad.
You wear dad jeans. You wear dad house shoes everywhere, I might add. You don't like anything that the young kids are listening to.
That's because I find
And then you
old
tune
school rap to
and
be
then
better.
you tune everything we say out.
Oh yeah, because y'all can't listen
That's
to y'all
dad
all
as
day.
fuck.
I can't listen to y'all all day. Y'all drive me crazy.
Daddy is fuck.
I'm not a dad.
Daddy.
I'm not a dad.
Like we were saying last night, he's sitting there in the lazy boy. If you make me get out of this goddamn chair,
We all doing in that toilet. You know the Kevin Hart skit?
Yeah.
That's you.
I would totally do that too.
Exactly. Your fucking dad.
I don't like being dad though. Like dad, I feel like that makes me like the old guy. You know. Like,
I mean, what have I always called you? Old
Daddy.
Old head.
that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you also call
But
him
that
daddy.
was just in the music world. That don't transpire to the rest of my life.
I think it does.
I mean, music is a pretty good way of, figuring out what kind of person you are.
I know
That's why,
that.
like, always one of my first questions if I meet somebody new is like, what do you listen to?
See, I know
It's
that, but
because you
not
can
everyone
kinda
else knows
gauge
that.
somebody pretty well about what they listen to.
Quick thing.
Facts.
Can we all, what's it called? Agree that's a stupid question, especially nowadays. What do you listen to? Because most of the time nowadays, there's a plethora of things that people listen to.
Yeah, but
Most people
I
listen
can
to a lot of
I can
shit.
still gauge off of like
Yeah.
So if someone says they listen to hip hop, and I'll be like, okay, what kind of hip hop? Well, I like Future. Nope, you're that person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time we get in the car, George takes the aux cord from me. He can't stand the randomness I have.
No,
See-
because it would go some weird ass shit. Like he will fucking play what's it called? Down with the Sickness, but like a 1950 version.
Oh, I've heard that one. Yeah, it's pretty
Get
good.
up
It's
and
kinda
get
like a
down with
like
the
a doo-wop version.
sickness.
Yeah,
Like-
I like that. I've heard that before. It's kind of cool in a weird way.
And I don't like new shit.
He's grandpa.
So so I like more new shit than he do.
But you still don't like new shit.
Shut up! Damn.
Damn. Why are we
Let me
yelling?
live. But I like new basketball players. I don't like them old dudes. Actually, I do love them old dudes. Never mind. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just get myself in a hole.
That's
here.
why you watch the Legacy 3-on-3.
No, I did not.
Legacy.
I watched part of it.
Shout out my
I don't watch the
Instagram.
whole thing.
Shout out my Twitter.
We do that to the end of the
No,
podcast.
but okay.
THELED.
This is gonna prove your point right here, kind of, because you know what I like watching more than like NBA games.
Porn.
No, God, what? Stop.
Gay porn.
It still is in the realm of basketball.
Real
people.
Housewives of America.
Shut up.
One Tree Hill.
No, actually, yes, that's a good show.
What the fuck?
That's beside the point. Anyway,
You probably watch what's that one? It's like that old white guy. He's like a psychiatrist.
huh?
Goddamn.
Jordan Peterson.
Nah, he's like an old white guy in the show. Fucking Frasier. You probably watch Frasier.
I've
Get your
never
dad
I've
ass.
seen Frasier before.
he knows. That's some dad shit.
Sitting there reminiscing on that 70s show. And
No, I hate that some show. Anyway, I literally watch old reruns of the greatest basketball games that were ever played. So like I've seen like a bunch of like Michael's like playoff runs. I've seen like the Seattle Supersonics playoff runs when they had Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, and yeah, I just watch old basketball shit all day long.
Yeah, because you're an old man.
Yeah.
Stuck in a little guy's body.
How am I little?
You're shorter than me.
Doesn't mean I'm little. It means I'm average. Listen. I am above 5'8", people. Okay.
he's
What?
average. He's average.
In
for,
what world?
Cody? He's average for a tall midget.
I'm
No.
not short.
He's
He
a
said above 5'8". I give you 5'7".
well, no, because
No.
Cody,
God,
He
no.
said no.
I'm 5'8". He's taller than me.
You is not 5'8".
I am
Who
5'8".
lied to you?
I don't know.
Okay,
Somebody.
my doctor.
I'm
says
taller than
5'10".
T.
Me
and
measuring
Yeah, my
5'8".
doctor told me I'm 5'10" too. I was like,
Yeah.
I looked at there. I was like,
When was the last time you went to the doctor?
No,
bro?
no, because
probably. I think like back in July.
Are you
Maybe-
serious?
Maybe
Yeah.
before that, like beginning of summer. Yeah, because I had to get a physical done
Oh.
for that trucking.
I've
job.
always been told by my doctor that I was like, ever since I stopped growing, I was 5'10".
I also cheated the system. They had to give me a physical, and they didn't find my hernia.
Damn.
You know
Weird.
why? Because they didn't feel my balls. He felt my stomach. He just kind of like, he was like, all right, lay down on the table. Now, mind you, I'm ass naked. I'm ass naked in that fucking like robe thing, but they didn't give me a robe. They gave me a disposable one, so it's kind of like papery.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm ass naked.
I love that word, naked, not
I'm
naked.
ass naked. 'Cause They were
Naked.
like strip, and I was like, what?
wait, did they just straight up?
Yes, they were like, you got to strip down. And I was like, what the? I was like, for what? And they were like, just put this on. And I looked at it, and it's like in this package, and it's like a little square. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wear this. I'm just gonna cover my pee-pee with this, and I'm gonna be laying on the bed. And when the doctor comes in, I'm gonna be like, hello.
You're gonna wear
How
a
are
post-it
you
note.
got a wax
yeah,
paper.
little post-it notes like over my titties. Or something. You know what I'm saying? But then like he was like, all right, lay down on the table. I was like, or not the table, the fucking
Bed.
that bed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, gurney.
No.
Not,
Nah,
not a
it's
gurney.
not
I know it's not a gurney. Jesus
The
Christ.
fucking thing that cricks
The
and creaks
examination table.
Yeah.
Is,
What is
was
it?
it the
Examination
one
table.
with the stirrups?
No.
No.
That's,
Oh
no.
no, that wasn't that kind of party. Nah, but he just kind of like, like laid
didn't
down.
get
And
a
he just
pap
kind of
smear?
like You know how like you see cats like making biscuits?
Cats making biscuits.
You've never heard that term?
No.
What?
It's
this.
what they call when cats are like sitting there and they're pressing on shit, right?
What is with you and my arm today? You've touched my arm about 3,000 times since I sat down at this goddamn table.
I wonder why.
George, you're being disrespectful.
I think you need to suck my dick
Alright.
and call me shorty.
Okay,
Because he
sorry.
likes touching you.
I know he does. He tickled me earlier
I
too.
think it's because he's trying to tell you something.
Finish your story, goddammit.
I mean, he was just making pancakes on my stomach.
Put
Yeah,
some
let-
syrup
let-
on
let
there.
that-
Wait a minute.
Yeah, let that.
'Cause in my-
yeah.
like,
Go with that. What? Yeah, take that. Take it and run. Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to. 'Cause that's
You
such
never
a-
heard that term of like cats making biscuits?
Yeah.
No.
It's okay. So you never seen like a cat like
Cody, I hate cats.
pressing on shit. You never seen a cat on the internet? The internet loves cats.
Oh, I don't. I ignore all cats on the internet.
Dad.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically he just kind of took his hand and like pressed it on my stomach a lot, and I almost farted, but it was just, whatever. He just kind of pressed on it, and he was like, "All right," and then he left. Didn't say anything. He just left, and I sat there for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, "Do I put my clothes back on?" The nurse comes in. She's like, "Are you done?" I was like, "I think." She's like, "The doctor come in?" I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh yeah, you're done." I'm like, "Okay." The fuck?
Like,
Could have told me.
like-
I'm just sitting here ass fucking naked. I just got my stomach pressed on by an old man. He could have at least gave me the courtesy to be like, all right, I'm done with you now.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Left you in there.
Yeah, he just left me in there.
What if it was like what's eating Gilbert Grape and you're just stuck there all night?
That's what I felt like. I was just sitting there, and then my phone got to like 2% before the doctor got in there, and I'm sitting there, and it's cold, and my balls are all shrivelly, and I'm naked, and I'm like, ah.
Still?
This was beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love how
Yeah.
Cody goes in these stores. He gives way more information than he really needs to give, but it makes it so much better.
Ah.
Like
Good point.
That's actually the never mind.
Yeah.
if you pull out some random bullshit that you looked up on the internet that's
Hey,
not
can I
even
have that
real, I
coaster?
swear to God.
No, it's a basic rule of comedy. Always go in detail.
That nobody asked for.
Well, I mean, yeah. I understand that.
Hey, you want a knot over there?
Katie's making noises over there, about to make George kick her in the neck.
I thought
She said,
somebody like pulled out
"Cody."
one of those helium machines,
That's-
started filling a
I didn't
balloon.
know what the
I
fuck
thought
that
someone was
was.
releasing a balloon. I
Yeah.
was like, where's the fucking
It
balloon?
was an internet balloon.
Anyway,
It's the most shit I don't understand.
no, that's George
oh,
Carlin.
another way I know I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Cody sent me a picture of my story. I was like, "How did you do that?" And he had to explain it to me through Snapchat how to respond to people's stories, and it was like,
Oh no, I didn't send you a picture of the story. It's just like that option
see,
on
I
Snapchat.
still don't
when-
even know what it is.
You
That
just hit it
option
and
on
hold
Snap-
it.
Nah, the option on Snapchat when you're watching somebody snap and you
Yeah.
swipe up to
Oh, yeah.
chat. He thought I sent him his story. I was,
I was
like,
like-
no, I was replying to your story.
I was so confused.
And he's like, how did you do that? And I was like, it literally says chat at the bottom of the fucking screen.
Well, it's like when Trey did that when I blacked out that one night because I put a Snapchat on there I didn't know about,
And you put
and I opened it. I'm like, what? What did I?
it confused me so much. I was like, I don't understand. So I guess I'm living it. I'm a dad.
Watching
Fuck it.
Snapchat stories from the night before after you drink is just awesome.
Yeah, I watched all of mine from last night this morning, and I was like, fuck.
You didn't even get.
No, I wasn't even
Yeah.
drunk, but I just didn't realize like what all I had snapped. I guess I just forgot, and I watched it all this morning. I was like, Jesus Christ.
the one kid at the bar last night,
Yeah,
grinding on the.
What?
Phil told me about this. That was
Yeah, the Snapchat I realize now that the video looks bad. 'Cause it just kind of looks like I'm filming Katie's tits. But in reality, I'm trying to focus on the man behind him
behind her.
grinding on this like old ass woman. And then Katie, of course, tried to made it. She was like, "What did you say this morning?" You were like, "Are you filming my tits?" And I was like, "No, stop it." Yeah, it was an awkward
That's fucking
situation.
hilarious.
Yeah. I was trying to be discreet. Discreet turned to perverted. It's a strange world we live in now, where when you're trying to be secretive, you just turned out to be a fucking pervert.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's how Louis C.K. got caught. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
That's not the same thing at all.
I mean, low key, he was the most secretive of them all. He made jokes about
Yeah.
what he was really doing.
That's when you know you've reached a pinnacle in your life. You can just do that shit and make jokes
Where you
about
can
it.
be open about being a weirdo.
Bill Cosby
Open.
didn't even reach that point.
Open. Yeah, he did. He was joking about drugging bitches on Larry King Live.
That's how Hannibal Buress like popped the whole thing. He
Oh,
was
was
like,
that what it is?
He was
No.
like, y'all didn't know. Like he'd been saying he did this shit forever.
Dude, it was an open secret for like a really long time. Like everyone knew, but like no one said shit. And then
Same
Hannibal
thing with
Buress
Harvey
did it.
Weinstein. Everybody knew.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell y'all it's a different time back then. Like,
Okay,
the
so-
rules are different.
My thing about this whole thing coming about, right? This
Mm.
whole
Sexual assault stuff.
yeah. So it's like I don't know how to
Just go for it. Just go for it.
Okay, so basically it's like this, right? Are you really surprised? Because in reality, we've all been joking about this kind of shit in Hollywood since
That's
the
what I'm
dawn of
saying,
time.
bro.
And everyone's just like, "You mean to touch me? Women are getting sexually abused for parts in movies that we've been joking about this whole time?"
I don't mean to touch you. I mean to tell you about it.
I mean, it's just like that was my whole thing. Like, people are acting surprised. Like, granted, it doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right. Focus.
Sorry, it's just what are the
Focus.
fuck are you doing, Phil?
Nothing. I'm just sitting here listening to the story.
There's no video, remember?
I know, but it's just like, god damn.
Put it in your pocket.
I'm gonna put you in the pocket.
Anyway, continue your story. Sorry.
He'll put something in your pocket.
Yeah.
But there's a point to what you're saying is like the country's just ignored it until enough women have finally been like, you know what, this is wrong, and now it's like this, which is a good thing they're doing it, but like,
Hats off to them.
but like it's something that like,
Hey, you
were
know
you
Hollywood's
really surprised?
You know Hollywood's fucked up when Terry Crews is out here getting molested.
Yeah, dude.
right, bro?
Would you molest him?
Hell
Would you molest him?
No.
Would you molest him?
I tried to hug him, but it would be more friendly.
No. Would you grab that man's penis?
Oh no.
Now,
Unless
mind
he
you,
asked me
now
to.
mind you, Terry Crews
Play
made
and play.
a very he was very adamant about the point that he had never met this man and he was just grabbing his dick. Would you go up to Terry Crews? You know, you never talk to him like, hey, get a good handful of that
see.
fucking brown meat.
Stop.
And like, how you doing, Terry Crews? Would you do that? Fuck no, that is a very large man.
See, George, he wouldn't ask you. If he told you, you'd just be like, okay, sir.
Terry Crews come up to you, grab my meat. Yes, I'm grabbing.
But that's also interesting is that like, that people like, the media makes it seem like it's only women. When there are dudes out here who are like, their boss is a female, is
Well-
like, oh, you gotta sleep with me to get up in this company, and then like.
Also, what's it called?
That's just a rite of passage in this
I
world.
think we.
Right for men, that's just like it's like the whole thing like men
Nah,
can't
he was
get
getting
raped.
groped by a dude.
I understand that, but I'm saying like it's the whole idea that men can't get raped
But
because
see, and
they
it's
like it.
It's like this thing. It's like the dude knew that Terry Crews wasn't going to do shit about it because
Oh, yeah.
apparently, I don't remember exactly who dude it was, but like he owns like hella
Yeah.
production companies.
Yep, that's how they
And-
get you.
Yeah, and so he's just like, I'm going to grab this man's penis. He's not going to do shit about it. And he didn't.
That's the entertainment business has always been like that.
Yeah,
Whether
and
it's been
that's
movies
that,
or
that was just the only point I'm trying to make.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
People act surprised. I was like, I thought this was like common thing. Like I thought we knew.
People of power abuse their power. That's
yeah,
how it
I
is.
thought we just knew this.
it's But I was listening to a podcast earlier today and they were talking about it and it was like,
You were listening to the ops.
huh?
How could you?
Opposition.
Shut up. Anyway,
Thank you, George, for decoding goddamn ebonics for our black friend here.
I was
The good
shut
with
up.
shit mind of
Anyway.
George Rogopoulos.
Anyway, but like they were talking about like
One quick
the
thing.
idea. What, George?
Have you heard of the word cunning before? Cunning.
No, I'm a fourth grader, George. Yes, I've heard of the word cunning.
You told me the word back in middle school.
All right.
Like, what the fuck? Why are you? No,
No, because you didn't believe me. You didn't know it was a word.
I didn't know.
All right.
No, I knew it was a word. I just never knew what it meant.
That's what's wrong with you. You can't just put down people because they don't know something.
I didn't
Put them
know-
on, help them learn,
I-
let them grow. Shut up.
Oh,
Anyway,
Shut the what the fuck. First of all,
Gotta build each other up, George. Gotta build each other up.
that's great.
No, what we
Anyway,
do is we build walls and keep the other people away.
there you go.
Fuck. God damn it. Leave
God,
it to the
can I-
fucking Trump
Okay, I've
supporters.
derailed us enough. Get back to what you were saying, Brandon. I'm sorry.
I don't even know where the fuck I was at, to be honest with you.
We were
Honestly, I'm
discussing-
lost too.
We were discussing the sexual harassment.
Oh, okay. I was listening to a podcast and they were saying like
Ops.
the idea that men use like their power to get sex, but then women use their sex to get power.
Mm.
And I never really thought about it like that because it's always been like, oh, men are taking
Pussy is
advantage of
power.
women.
So what
that's
we
what
need
I'm
to do-
saying, bro.
Pussy is
Everybody
power.
just needs to team up.
and just fuck.
Yes.
Whoa.
Everybody.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
see,
that is
women use their sex to get power. Men use their power to get sex.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Everybody fucking.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
No, D.L. Huey said exactly that. Like, even he do.
Everybody fucking.
Listen, I'm a one woman man. I don't need all that. in my
Everybody
life.
fucking.
Sorry.
You might wake up with a dick in your butt.
What are you
Or
talking
your dick
about?
and them balls might be wet.
Jolly Rancher.
I'm just saying to say that like there's an interesting dynamic that people aren't talking about with this situation because it goes both ways. So
I don't think the problem was the whole.
Didn't you guys already talk about this?
Yeah,
not
but
really.
it was brought back up, and there's still more to dive in because this is not over. People are still coming forward about their sexual harassers, and good. First of all,
Isn't Harvey Weinstein's number up to like 90 right now or something?
I
like
don't
that?
know. I don't know.
I feel like I read that today, and I was just like, that seems.
Bro, a lot of senators are getting
That
it
seems
too.
impossible.
Al Franken.
I know you love him, but no one knows who that is. Let's be real.
Okay, well, it's still.
I'm just saying.
Something you wouldn't
Enlighten the people who
expect.
don't
Enlighten
know,
the people.
George.
This is the
Al
moment.
Franken.
Remember what I told you just now?
Hey,
don't,
Brandon.
Don't blame people.
Let him enlighten the
Okay,
people who don't know.
Okay.
Al Franken is a Minnesota senator who, while he was a comedian on a USO tour, first he did one thing. First of all, he wrote a sketch wherein he kissed a fellow comedian, woman. Except during the rehearsal, he forcefully grabbed her during the scene and shoved his tongue way down her throat.
How
And-
long is this man's tongue?
Is it longer than Gene
He's
Simmons?
asking the real
you go.
questions.
But then later on, while she was sleeping, he, mimed groping her
Damn.
and had another person take pictures of it. And yeah,
Yeah, that's some creepy shit.
yeah,
Yeah. When was this?
years ago, but it's still not right. I mean,
I'm not saying it's right, but think about it.
yeah, no context.
There used to be a
does matter.
time in
Context
history where it
does
was
matter.
if someone fell asleep, you had to draw a dick on their face.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
pretty sure that's still a thing.
No, it's
so.
not. Like I've never drawn a dick on any of your guys' face, like ever.
Pretty
You
sure
squirted
we drew
lotion on
Blaine
somebody's.
one time.
Did we?
Pretty sure we drew on Blaine.
But
oh
it's-
no, we did.
But like even that is like
And then
now.
I'm also pretty sure you guys put lotion all over my face and
We did.
and used tissues around it.
You're not the only
Listen.
person who got the lotion concert.
Listen.
Yeah, but that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, because it wasn't happening to you.
No. What was the funniest part? It wasn't the fact that he was shooting like he sprayed.
Explain the concept. Explain the context of the situation.
This was
So-
years ago.
so
like,
our
So they can laugh.
So
they
our
can laugh.
lovely podcaster here, Georgie D. Bopoulos, was asleep in our friend's basement. And it was a finished basement, so in basements you have like these pillars, and George was asleep sitting up against the pillar. Our other friend Israel took his obscenely large bottle of cocoa butter.
first of all, I'm pretty sure Israel listens to this, so shout out to Israel.
Shut up, my boy. And he slammed down on the pump, and it shot lotion all over George's face. Now, it wasn't the fact that you got lotion. Okay,
It was funny.
No,
I don't
no,
care what you
part-
say. That
it
was funny.
No, it was. It's an accumulation of a lot of things, right? It was partially the fact that you really got lotion sprayed in your face, but the other part that was hilarious is it literally made like a noise. So because when he did it, it went, and then like it shot on your face, and then you woke up like your head shot up and your eyes were beady red. And you just had white, like a white splooge on your face, and you were just like, ugh. It was the accumulation of.
But I guarantee you now, that could be considered sexual harassment up to a certain point, or some type of harassment.
What, a lotion on the face? Maybe if you're a bitch.
Yeah. I'm not.
That's why I'm saying the times are changing, Cody.
Times are changing.
No, I don't think so.
Times are
I
changing
don't
where I
think so.
can't play a practical joke on my
no,
friend.
that's funny.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
There's
That's
sometimes
funny.
you can't do that.
What?
Because how do you know that picture wasn't just a practical joke that Al Franken took?
No, because
because he was groping a woman while
But he
she was
didn't.
asleep.
Was he miming the?
he was miming
he
it.
was.
So
He was pretending
in
to
the
grope a
photo,
woman.
she had a bulletproof vest on because it was a USO tour. They were overseas in enemy territory, and it was like over her things. What's it called?
Her things.
Breastises.
God damn.
I forgot
Her thing.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I forgot the word for tits.
Okay, but see, in context, though, he did forcefully.
Yeah, but with the rest of it, that makes context. But if you
Yeah.
just like,
Also,
but like, think about it. When he did that, he didn't think about like, he didn't think that he thought he was just being funny, just playing a joke.
but here's the thing. There's
see what I'm
also
saying?
there's also a sexual concept, charge to it. You know what I mean?
Putting lotion on your face and putting lotions with used tissues around a man doesn't have a sexual context.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he just
y'all weren't
masturbated.
like
No.
groping me.
I understand that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like it's
No.
still like the idea that a
y'all
practical-
didn't fucking
And not
kiss
to
me
mention, yeah,
beforehand,
not
which
to
maybe
mention,
would have made it a little bit better.
no one forcefully kissed Cody or me.
But
before that.
it's not just the
forcefully kissed.
But
Cody.
it's the idea that because people look at that and they're like, I guess they do kind of connect it to that last event. But like if you just take that picture out of context, it's still in today's world, it looks like he's about ready to like actually grab her tits.
yeah.
Which if that situation before didn't happen and he just took that picture, it'd just be a joke. So it's just the idea that like
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't know.
the time is different where things that
Here's
we
the
used to
thing.
do
Here's
are
the thing.
okay,
Here's the thing.
and now they're like
He touched her in a. I don't care who you are. You grab a woman's tit. It's probably in a sexual
he
manner.
didn't grab her tit though. You've been saying that. This
You
whole time.
mimed
I
it.
don't,
You
I don't
mimed
always
it.
grab tits in a sexual manner.
True, but a
Sometimes
woman's
when I sleep, I just like having tits in my hand. I don't know why. It's just comfortable. I really don't know why.
like a teddy bear. Or?
Yeah, like
A titty bear.
like my girlfriend, like she gets really she gets shitty at me because I just be trying to grab tits while I'm asleep, and she's like, "No, stop!" And I'm like, I'm not trying to fuck right now. You can sleep. It's just comfortable. Like something about I don't know. It's just like, it's like comforting. Like just boobs. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I don't know how to explain
But
it.
here's the thing, she was asleep and he did this.
Yeah.
Had they done it like awake, if like he was just like peeking out from behind her shoulder, that's a difference. That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny.
I
But
understand.
she
That.
was-
Then
I'm
she
just
said
saying.
she's a part of it. She's like, ha.
I get that, but I'm just saying like things that happened years ago, socially they were okay. I mean they're not okay, but like it wasn't like no one thought it was sexual harassment back then. You couldn't really get in trouble for
What
it.
is back then? Because there was a time back then where fucking 12-year-olds was okay.
That's my like.
Brandon,
It's just the times have changed. That's all
I'm
saying.
talking like biblical times, but anyway.
I know, but I'm saying like
Are you sure that could have been like 100, 200 years ago? So
I'm saying our social
thing.
norms have changed.
That's
Yes,
now in
yes,
Pakistan,
social norms
Cody.
have changed. Huh?
That's now in Pakistan and India.
Have you heard about Bangladesh?
No, but I imagine it's pretty bad.
Their rape and gang rape
Yeah.
numbers have skyrocketed these last couple of years. I just read an
Bangladesh?
article about this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Gang rape, not
Yeah.
just rape. Gang rape. You know what gang rape is, Brandon?
Yes, I know.
What's gang rape, Brandon?
A bunch of dudes just run a train on an unwilling participant.
Yes.
it could be a girl too. You never know.
Yeah.
Or
That's why I
a
said.
du- a
That's
dude.
why I said unwilling participant.
What's it called? Shit. Fuck. God damn it. Have you heard of the fucking travesty known as corrective rape?
What's corrective rape?
Hold on,
rape
before you
them
start
to
this,
make
is this
them
gonna be like
straight
last
again.
week where you pulled something off the internet that was completely false?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Never mind, go on.
No, it's so
Okay.
in certain countries they will find a lesbian and gang
Oh,
rape her in
yeah.
a way, in
Holy
an
fuck.
attempt to fix her.
I've heard about that before. Yeah.
So like our lovely vice president who thinks electrifying
Yeah.
somebody or electrocuting.
Please, Cody, that's civil and humane. Fucking
That's in a controlled environment.
Now see,
Yeah.
when I heard that, I was like, you know what? If that was the other way around and he was trying to make everyone gay, if he was electrocuting me and telling me like, hey, you like dick. If you kept electrocuting me, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what? I like dick right,
Right,
now.
like-
leave. Can I
It's-
leave?
It's like any other form of torture, Cody. You just
End up breaking.
yeah.
No, you just agree with whatever the fuck they're
Yeah.
saying. Like,
To survive.
is the enemy over
Yeah.
there? Yeah, they're fucking over there. Can you leave me alone
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, it's a
That's all
survival
it is.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wait, quick thing. The Al Franken thing happened in 2006.
It's interesting how all these things are coming out now.
Yeah.
It's very
Good,
interesting.
good.
No, it's great. It's just interesting.
Well, like there's safety in numbers.
Yeah, and the
No.
numbers are
Boy, they
accumulating
Staggering.
fast.
isn't that interesting though? The only way we care is that the numbers are increasing. Because if it was one chick, you'd probably be like, did this really happen?"
Well, some of these accounts have already happened. Like,
Because
Well, no, I'm saying, but like the idea, like, because like, think about it.
I'm
Black
saying,
people,
like some of these have already been charges, but
Oh,
was just,
yeah.
it was just kind of like, eh.
yeah, but like the Bill Cosby thing, black people were holding out for that man forever, bro. It got up to like 30, we were like, nah. 40, nah. When we hit 50, we're like, he did it. Like we just gave up. We're like, they can't protect you no more, dog.
I still want to believe that he didn't do it.
Right?
Also, first of all, celebrities have been getting away with a lot of things for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mean a fucking. I won't say there's one comedian who pretty much every single last wife of his, and he had a lot of fucking wives, accused them of being physically abusive. I
Who?
mean, horribly.
Who?
I've kind of dragged his name through the mud here, and I don't want to give off the impression that I don't like him or his work, so I don't want to say it.
Boy, shut up. Stop being gay and say it.
Richard Pryor.
Dang.
Yeah.
You hate Richard Pryor?
No, I love Richard Pryor. Fuck you. Suck my dick.
I love Richard Pryor.
Yeah, I
He's
still
one of
love
the
him.
best.
Yes.
Hey man, when you have a fucked up childhood, you carry those things through your life.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna say it doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
But
No.
You're not.
there is a
It's not an excuse. It's a reason.
yeah.
Well,
Yes and no. It's just like
yeah.
it's just one of those psychological things. Like when some shit happens to you when you're a kid, whether you realize it or not, you're going to like
Yeah.
not necessarily emulate, but it's definitely going to affect what you do later on.
everything that happens to you when you're a kid affects you in some way or another.
And that's
Whether
the
it's
part-
good or
and
bad.
See,
Yeah.
that is the part that really irks the fuck out of me is when people are like, he's a little kid, he doesn't know what's going on. Do you realize that these little children are sponges?
Yeah.
Like, and it's also the thing like when people think like minor things. cursing, for example, like when my mom's like, don't curse around your little sister. I'm like, look, the word fuck isn't going to taint her brain in any way. Like, she's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's gonna happen in her
but
life sooner or later.
what,
But
you know, how you act around her all the time, that's
Facts.
what's going to affect her.
facts.
Because the brain picks up on that shit, whether you realize it or not. It's all subconscious. Like, me just going like, fuck. She knows it's a bad word. She's fully well aware. And she knows whether or not to use the word.
And when she's good to go, she's gonna use it anyway. So it's nothing like.
Exactly. It's all the subconscious shit that you do. You have to be very mindful of how you act and what you say and, like, what you do. Like,
It really is like that old saying, monkey see, monkey do.
yeah, for sure.
And that's that saying that do what I say, not what I do. Doesn't really
Never
work.
work.
Never works.
Never works.
I use it all the time with my sister. I know it's never gonna work, but I just say it jokingly to her.
Yeah.
But
Just say it to be a dick.
yeah. Kids are. How do we get to kids from?
Which brings me to my next point.
Like what the?
Speaking of kids, we lost a young man this week.
How old was this man?
He was 21. I'm not going to say that I was too big of a fan, but he did have a good fan base. And on top of all that, he was doing something for hip-hop that was a little bit different. His name was Lil Peep, and he passed away this week. What I mean by he was impacting hip-hop in a different way was that he was openly bisexual. And everyone kind of like was just like, oh, okay. And everything just kept moving for him.
Which in the rap community, in the hip hop community,
In the hip-hop game, that is
Bruh.
like, what?
that's never been heard of.
Right.
Well, I guess
so
Frank Ocean, but he's really not in the hip hop.
he's R&B.
I know, but like
different.
people, I know.
Different.
I know, Cody.
But I'm saying, like, we lost a young boy this week. And it kind of sucks because, like, I'm saying, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not a fan, but it's just like, he did impact a lot of people's lives, and there was a lot of artists that I look up to that were, like, really upset about the whole thing because apparently he was actually, like, a really good dude.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying, he just died because of drugs.
That's why I really don't feel. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really
No,
don't feel
and
bad.
I'm gonna get into that. Okay, so comes out, you know, that he overdosed on Xanax, right?
Yeah.
That was the original whole little thing, right?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Bro, you live in a barn.
George is a fucking animal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it comes out that he overdosed on Xanax, right? That was the original thing. Then they find out that it wasn't just Xanax. He had bought these pills from this chick, and she pressed them. You can get a pill press, apparently. Apparently, they're really cheap.
Yep.
You can get a pill press, and you can press anything with fucking anything.
Another moment. I don't know what the fuck that mean.
So
You can basically print your own pills.
yeah. So Xanax, right? A Xanax that comes in a bar-looking thing. It's like
Yeah.
a rectangle thing, and it has
Oh, so
like-
the writing on it is what you're talking. Like the.
I'm talking like make it look how it looks,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
She-
okay.
It was a Xanax, right? But she had pressed extra shit into it called fentanyl.
Yep.
Right? Which is apparently like some high-level fucking narcotics, like this
Yeah.
shit.
It's
It's
a-
like,
High-grade opiate.
yeah.
I got you.
So he was mixing what's called in drug world a benzo, which is what a Xanax is, because the chemical that does it is like benzo.
Some
You're the
long-
EMT guy. What the fuck?
I don't know the term.
It's
off
like
the
a
top of my
benzo
head, but
something
yeah.
something something.
Yeah, some long word to make no
Mixing it with
sense.
Opiate. Well, they died.
Yeah.
He overdosed. And it got really fucking disturbing when there were Instagram live videos from his friends that were on the tour bus with him, filming him while he was passed out, and nobody realized he was dead.
So
there's-
was it like 4 hours
What?
that he was dead before they finally realized like he was dead?
It was a decent amount of time, but I'm saying like there's actual footage of his fucking dead body just laying in the tour bus.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's like, I see what you're saying. Like, originally I felt you, right? You know, did drugs, something, right? He was, he was admitted, like, he totally admitted that he has a problem. He's completely addicted to drugs, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, when shit like that happens, it's like, you know, you want to, there's certain people who want to not feel bad, but he really had an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
I still don't.
why? I'm curious.
Because, like, I come from a family that has very addictive personalities.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my family has very addictive personalities.
Right.
And I guess it's just because I have that addictive personality, but I don't get addicted
You don't
to.
indulge
Yeah.
in addict. Yeah. So
I understand that it's not a
So
choice
here's the
all the
thing, right?
time, but
well, no. Here's the thing, right? Here's where we have to not necessarily take not take blame, but we as like society should really like.
why don't you be involved in the conversation and not playing with somebody else's phone?
Stick to the conversation.
We as society don't necessarily need to take blame, but we all need to come together and realize that like the less we shame people and the more we help people, the better things will get.
I can totally agree with that.
So when we stop shaming the addicts, like, you're a fucking addict. It's your fault, piece of shit, la da da.
Yeah.
And we start helping them like, okay, let's get down to the problem, right? You don't just become an addict off of one time, right?
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
No.
You don't take Xanax and you're like, oh, I'm fucking addicted now.
I mean, there's some drugs that
So
can
that
do to you,
means there's something outside of the drugs that's pushing you to said.
but up here.
I'm saying some of us have problems,
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that problem resides up here in your head.
right? But we all got to figure out like what went wrong in this kid's life. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
21, he's our age,
Mhm.
and he fucking died. So we got like we as society, I think, should come together and like really think about like what is going wrong, what is so bad in these kids' lives that they feel that like turning to something like this is the way out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because like self-medication, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So some of us smoke weed, some of us drink alcohol, some of us work out. Like, you know, there's all kinds of things for us to cope with shit.
Yep.
Right? So my whole thing is I feel like it's not Lil Peep's blame, right? I don't blame Lil Peep at all.
Okay.
For number one reason is that he thought he was taking Xanax and the bitch gave
Yeah,
him fentanyl.
that's- yeah.
So that's that aside.
She needs to go die, but that's
Also,
that's,
it's like, you know what I'm saying? Who's responsible for him being able to get to this shit like that?
his people.
No. It's higher up.
Are you talking about like the government?
I'm
or?
saying like why in the fuck is it so easy for this 21-year-old kid? Now, he's been in rapping for like a couple years now. So he's been he's been addicted for this shit for a while.
Yeah.
Right? Where have we gone? Like, where do we go so wrong as to like making this shit so fucking accessible to like 18 high school kids, 16, 15, 17-year-olds? Like, where in the fuck did we go so wrong? Like, this shit is just like fucking jelly beans.
Well, see, it all starts with the pharmaceuticals,
Right.
and then it comes down to pure chemistry. People are just making it.
Yeah.
People figure it out. They start making it. They start producing it. They get their pill presses, which you can get on the black web for very, very cheap.
You can get them at CVS. You can get them at Walmart.
But you can get like
You can get a
you
pill
can get
press.
it. You can make it
$25.
look. You can make it look like whatever you want. You can print whatever you want on it. You can make whatever you want and call it whatever you want and just sell it.
True.
My thing is, though, you can't blame the pharmaceutical company because it's not their fault that we, as a people, made this decision to make it a problem. Because it's not their fault that they made something to help us and we just abused it.
But is it really helping?
Yes.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
Xanax does help a lot of people. Another thing is we do have a culture that kind of glorifies some form of intoxication in one form or another.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Like, I'm not gonna. There are some things that they didn't need to make, like all the different antidepressants out there in the world. You don't need that many. That's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like things like penicillin, morphine, like opioids. As someone who has had like 15 surgeries, I thank the gods that they made that shit because I don't think I would have made it otherwise.
True.
So like it's just and like I've been on morphine a lot of my life. I'm not addicted to it. Granted, my mom took those steps to like not let me, abuse it,
and,
but like
but you also don't know what happened to that kid. That
that's what
that turned him down that path.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm saying like you can't blame the pharmaceutical companies because they didn't do anything wrong.
yeah. Well, this is one of the times where legitimately, and my family has struggled with addiction for a very long time. You have to put it on the individual. I've known 2 drug addicts, like deep drug addicts. Like they're down that hole. One of them never got out. There's still hope for the other one, but you have to. It's the individual.
How?
They make that choice to.
Right, but you also have to think like what happened to them that turned them.
Yeah, what drove them to that point is
Like,
what he's trying to get at.
I'm trying to say
and
I'm trying to say like that shaming shit, like it's your fucking fault.
Yeah, you
only,
can't do that.
That helps nothing.
Yeah, you can't do
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Like with addicts, like these people need help, and I'm not gonna be like addiction.
A
is
lot of the
disease.
times-
like,
Yeah.
A lot of the times when people say that, it's not really. It's more of a you have to own this because like with the 2 drug addicts that I knew, they often pawned their problems off on other things. It's more of a you have to own this. This is you and your choice.
It's one of those things where the first step to recovery is you have to admit you have a problem.
Yeah.
right.
So it's like, Cody, you have a drinking problem. What problem? Like, you can't help somebody if they don't want to admit they have a problem.
Yeah.
It's hard to help people who don't want help, who won't help themselves, and I get that. Like,
It's not hard. It's impossible.
yeah. But
I think
I don't know. I just think like the whole shaming thing, and I think it also brings like a negative like connotation to them. So it's like maybe they are aware that they're addicted, but they're scared. Like,
yeah.
if I admit I'm addicted, everyone's gonna be like, that's a fucking addict over there.
So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I was listening to again. So I feel like we talk about Charlemagne a lot, but he's such a fucking genius. Anyway, he in his latest podcast or one of his latest podcasts, they talked about this concept of moral dishonesty, and basically what it said is it's the idea of not being true to yourself because of society's
Yeah.
like shaming you, and it's this whole idea that we can't be who we are, we can't do what we want to do because you have to hide it from people
Yeah.
because they're going to
'Cause you're
call you
shaming
gay,
yourself.
they're going to call you a dumbass, they're going to call you, they're going to shame you to the point where you don't want to do that anymore, and you're going to hate yourself for doing it. So you're being morally dishonest with yourself. And his whole thing is, if we become more of a morally honest society, we'll be able to have more open conversations. We'll be able to grow more as a people and be able to
And
actually
solve the
stop and solve more problems.
Yeah.
So the concept of moral dishonesty is what Cody is kind of talking
You gotta
about.
think, man. So like, if I'm over here like off the beans, hella, right? And we live in a society where it's like, that's a fucking beanhead over there. Like, he's off the pills all the time. La, da, 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 da. Am I
Yeah.
going to be so open to be like, all right, man, I'm low-key addicted?
No.
Fuck no, I'm going to be embarrassed. See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I don't. I understand. I do think it's. You have a very good point, but I don't think it's a bit unrealistic. You know.
What, for people to stop shaming people?
Okay. Well, what was the other option? Go for it.
What do you mean?
You have a drug addict.
Yeah.
What do you do with them? That's all I'm asking.
You help them.
How?
Well,
They don't want help. They don't think what they're doing is a problem.
right. What I'm saying is like maybe they'd be more open to admitting their problem if there was less shamefulness. Like,
Yeah, it's not
if they wouldn't feel like, fuck, man, I'm really a piece of shit because of this.
You have to remember, drug addicts really actually don't think that they're drug addicts. They think that they have that under control.
But you only say that because what if Cody is saying is
like,
true?
what if, right?
I know you hate hypotheticals,
Hmm.
but think about if there wasn't such a stigma with being a drug addict, and it wasn't like you're a lost cause, and people would actually try to help you instead of shaming you and pushing you out of society, ostracizing you to the outskirts, then people would be more open to getting help.
Yeah, maybe they'd be able to have like more of an open mind of like looking at what they're doing and like,
Because maybe that's what they're
Wait
afraid
a
of, is
minute.
being ostracized from us who aren't the drug
subconscious
addicts.
thing, man.
You also have to understand what brings the ostracizing. Usually it is the behavior due to the drugs and
No,
such.
absolutely. I mean, like when you're on the shit, when you're hooked on shit, I mean, you could act like a fucking asshole, and that's just
Yeah.
drugs for you, right? But I see what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like I just feel like
Don't get me wrong, we do need a better way to handle drugs and
people
drug-
deserve help.
Yeah.
Like everyone deserves help.
Absolutely.
Like I don't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I used to like be super close-minded about it just because it's like, you know what I'm saying? My dad was affected by that shit. Like
it's
he
because
lo-
you're
he
a
lo- well, no,
red-blooded
it's
American.
It's because my dad lost his brother to that shit, and so I've always had like this like
I
little
got
you know, like
bias.
not even a bias. Like I just kind of like this chip on my shoulder about people who are addicts. Like, how could you do that to your family, you fucking asshole? La da da da. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know how it fucked my dad up. Like he was
Well-
really fucked up about it. And then after this Lil Peep thing, I was watching this interview with Post Malone, and he was talking about it. And then he kind of opened my mind to the whole thing of like, you know, maybe we should stop shaming people and making them feel like such pieces of shit,
Yep.
and be more open to helping them. Like, look, man, you have a problem, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay because there's a way out. Instead of like, you fucking addict piece of shit. Like, nah, like, it's okay.
Once again, back to the whole behavior versus the addiction. That's usually what causes. That's kind of the source of the stigma. It's how you behave when you are a drug addict.
No, I mean,
if crackheads were upstanding citizens, no one would have a problem with crackheads.
Right, but
Well, you would be a
but I
crackhead
think
yourself,
also
then.
it's that people don't. It's that society also doesn't want to see that people have a problem, like, or like want to look at it as like a curable problem. People are always like really quick to shame people. Like, for instance, like how hard is it to get a job at a grocery store if you have a theft charge?
It's impossible. Damn near
You know what I'm
impossible.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just because society as a whole is just quick to shame you. Period. Off of anything.
Well, in that case, one way you could look at it from a business standpoint is, well, this person has a theft charge. What's stopping them from stealing things?
No, and I
while they're
get
working
that, but it's like I feel like
Don't get me wrong. With some people, it is very much a shame. Like, I'm not have that fucking felon working for me.
yeah.
But in some cases, it is.
No, I get what you're saying too, but it's like society as a whole, just period. Like, shameful.
We
bunch.
shame people too
Yeah,
much.
We're a shameful bunch. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. Like, I feel like if people are more willing to help people, I think we'd be, like
It's
you
not
said.
really that we're all a shameful bunch. It's just people are fucking assholes. That's all it really boils down to, and it just creates most of the world's issues. It creates the most reasons for people who turn to drugs to do what they're doing, because they're trying to cope with people being assholes to them, and it's just we all need to treat people better. Like if we all treat people with respect and give people chances, like the world will turn itself around.
I mean, true facts. I mean, I work with a guy with fucking teardrops on his face,
Nicest guy in the world, isn't he?
and he's fucking cool as shit. He's awesome. He's a great guy.
That's the other thing is people. I'm going to point out Cody because if y'all don't know, Cody has dreadlocks. People in a what is it, septum ring? People
Shaved head with
Yeah.
dreadlocks, septum ring, and
people who look like Cody, the society
There's everything
damn
you
near
get.
hates them. And why? Like
they
Cody's
banish me.
Cody's one of the nicest, coolest dudes we know, but society says he's not. George, do not open your mouth.
Cooler than cool, Georgie boy.
You're something.
I'm ice cold or something.
If you didn't think he was a cool dude, you wouldn't be his friends for over a decade. So shut up. Over 2 decades, actually. So be quiet.
2 decades? Jesus.
Almost.
I'm not 28.
Almost.
Oh, fuck. That's going to...
Yeah.
It's like
But I'm saying,
It's
like
5 years away.
we.
I was only 7.
8.
Can y'all stop having this argument? Shut up.
No, we were both
The
7.
idea that it's just that society is like we're too close-minded. We're too much like a dad and a grandpa.
Close-minded. That's the fucking word.
Yeah.
Society is close-minded.
We don't want to think about all the options of the world. We want it to stay the way we have it, and that's it. Instead of growing, changing, evolving like we should.
Well, also, we're young. We don't have that many problems. For a lot of the...
I don't know, man.
What?
I don't know. You get a couple kids, man. That's a whole new realm of responsibilities you have to take into account. I can't worry about what the fuck's happening in Ethiopia right now. I got to make sure my 2-year-old doesn't shit himself. Like, things like that. People do get overpowered, overburdened
Wait,
with their
you lost
responsibilities.
me. I thought you said, like, we're kids. We don't have many problems. And I was like, I don't know about you, but I got a lot of problems.
No, but
That's what I'm
compared to someone like who's an adult in their 30s, they got kids, they got mortgages. Some people can't. They just they have to tune it out because they can't deal with all the stress in their normal lives. And then on top of that, all the things that are happening in the world and society.
But I would say those people are the problem.
No one said it's a good. Once again, I'm not giving an excuse. I'm giving a reason.
People
Why
need
don't
to-
people don't want
But that
to
shouldn't
Yeah,
be
but
that
those people
shouldn't
are
be a
just-
reason.
Yeah, that's just
No one
being
said a good reason.
that's just
No one
being
said a good reason.
inconsiderate. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, well, my life's stressful, so I don't give a fuck about the next man. Like, whoa, like that's just inconsiderate. Like, goddamn.
It's like everyone has problems. They just show up in different ways. Like I have issues that you don't deal with, but I deal with, and Cody has issues that he deals with that we don't deal with. And we can have the same number of issues as people who have kids because they might not have as many issues. Like their kids just might be their only issue.
You know what else another
like it's
problem
just
is? You know what causes all that shit? You know what causes all this shit? I was
Drugs.
going. I forget who I was talking to, but I was going off on about this. The society is fucking soft, okay?
bro.
We-
Don't
we-
start this.
They're
Don't.
soft as fuck.
No,
We got
I agree.
soft
I agree.
people
No, I
raising-
agree with you,
we got
but it's
soft
like-
people raising soft people, teaching other people to be soft because it's easy.
Bro, that's why I
Like,
say
like your example, like homeboy who got all these kids. I got 2 kids. What the fuck I worry about? Just being kind to the next man. Like, you're fucking soft. I'm overbeared, so I'm gonna be an asshole.
Right.
Some soft ass shit. Like, get over it. Nut up. Pull your pants up. Be,
I think the
be a
exact-
decent fucking
I
human
think that's the
being.
exact opposite of being soft. Actually, it's like a fuck. I don't give a fuck about those goddamn.
That's
orphans.
soft. That's soft as fuck. Being
Yeah.
like, if you're the type of person to like just like wipe everything off like I don't give a fuck about. That's soft. The I don't give a fuck attitude is soft as fuck, because if you're not able to like face shit like a man and be like, okay, put your big boy pants on and act like a decent human being, that makes you like, if you can't do that, you're soft as fuck.
It takes more courage to own up to your shit than to say I don't care.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like if you can't just be a fucking decent human being, like you're just being
I think
soft.
you're fucking up the definition of the word.
No,
soft.
you're
It's
just
douchey.
misunderstanding what he's saying.
No, I kind of
It,
understand
it makes perfect sense. It's just kind of going past you.
No, I understand it. If all your problems are overbearing, and instead of facing the world and the rest of its problem, you just shut yourself in. I understand you view that as a form of weakness,
It is
but
weak.
I think it's just fuck it.
Yeah, fucking attitude's weak.
Yeah.
Weak as fuck.
It is weak, George.
Having a fucking attitude is weak.
Trust me, he had a fucking attitude. He
Yeah.
knew. I had a fucking attitude. I knew. It's weak.
Having
having
a
a fucking attitude is not the way to live your life.
If you can't face the shit and you just brush it off, you're just weak.
It's once again me being too specific. I'm not disagreeing with you in a sense.
What do you
that
mean
it's a-
specific? I'm lost.
I'm just
What are you missing?
that hard ass. I don't give a fuck about this. It's just soft didn't fit for me. That's the only reason I ever even brought it up.
Because I think it's because you've always been taught the hard person doesn't care. The person who's cold and rigid doesn't care. When really it takes more.
Yeah, it takes a real man.
It takes
to care.
more to be a real man,
Yeah.
to be able to care about other people's problems and to be considerate.
You see these people out here like they want to act hard all the time.
You
the
don't
people,
really
the
know
people,
the culture I was brought up in.
the people who act hard all
You
the
were
time.
you were brought here in America. You grew up in our culture. Calm down.
No, but I was also brought up highly among the Greek culture. Do you?
I understand that.
Right, and the people who act tough all the time,
Are not tough.
those are the weakest motherfuckers, because if your only emotion is I'm hard, you weak as fuck. If you can't show like, oh damn, my homie just died, I'm gonna be a little bit sad. Like that shows strength, like being able to be comfortable with the things that you feel. If you're just shutting everything out like, shit, just another day in my life, like that's weak as fuck. Be a man. Face that shit. It's okay. That's just weak. If you're not strong enough to like face true emotions, because if you're just blocking out, like for instance, right? If someone fucking shot me and then you turned around and was like, just another day in my life, like that would make you weak as fuck, instead of like being able to face the fact like, damn, my friend just fucking died. My everything says to be sad, but I'm gonna hide it. Like, nah.
Okay, so you're more dealing with the expression of emotions.
No, just like being yourself. Like be true to who you are. Nobody's hard all the time. That's not realistic.
Agreed.
Yeah, so like just be true to yourself. Like if people, you know what I'm saying, that hard body attitude all the time, that's weak. That shows weakness.
Whatever.
You disagree?
No. It's just I'm confused. I'm not really disagreeing with you on anything. It's just this.
He doesn't like the terminology.
I'm confused.
Yeah, and not to. But does it matter?
Yes, because we're having this conversation.
Conversation, yeah.
It's part of a conversation, George.
Talking
We're
points
discussing the
matter.
language of the conversation. That's what I'm doing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Because
on
that's
anything.
important.
What
Because
language are you lost on?
The English.
Hard, weak.
So we went from whether or not they feel it to whether or not they express it. And
expressing
deal
is
with it.
feeling it.
Yeah.
No, not at all. You're expressing it is an outward.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, I could
But
be
if you're-
satisfied
but if
right
you-
now, but if I'm acting really engaged,
You're not
that
being
I'm
true.
expressed-
Yeah, I'm talking about being true to
Sorry, I
yourself.
didn't.
like-
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
go
you
ahead.
framed it as if the person doesn't care, and then they show they don't care.
Yeah,
and
that-
then you're
it's-
trying to kind of change the frame to,
Either way,
like I said, this doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's like if you're like when you act like you don't care, like if you claim to not really care, you do though. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a thing.
Like
Like
sometimes you really just don't care.
so if someone walked up to Brandon right now and shot his ass and killed him, like you would just like turn and you turned around. No,
Different context.
No,
different
just
context.
listen, right?
Yeah.
If you were to turn around and be like, well, you know what I'm saying, it's just another day, like whatever the what, right? Or if you were to be like, fuck, my friend's dead. Like I'm upset.
which one would you respect more?
Because the motherfucker who's saying that he doesn't care is a liar. He is a liar.
So you framed it as they don't care, and then they're showing that they don't care.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like,
All he did was he took one situation, turned it into another to try and help you understand what was going on.
I
and it
know exactly what you're trying to do. It's just Fuck
So
it,
it's the
move
same
on,
situation altogether.
Let's move on. Like I said, this doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
What
We
the-
were
If
arguing
it didn't matter, you wouldn't have brought it up. That's why we're trying to talk about it.
Okay, so here's what confused me. Shut the fuck up, all of you. You framed it as he does not care. He truly, in his heart, does not give a fuck. And then you...
No, I said don't give a fuck attitude. That's what I said.
How's that different? How's that different?
Don't give a
between-
fuck attitude because it's not real. You
Sometimes
do.
He never said that they actually don't care. He's just saying they're shutting it out because they don't want to worry about it because they
No,
just
that's
don't want
what
to worry
he
about
later
it.
changed it
No,
to.
I
No,
never,
that's what he started
I never
as.
said anyone like, oh, I don't
Fuck,
care.
like I said, it doesn't matter. Let's move on. Change the fucking subject.
I think you lost it.
So not to end on.
Don't Jew me. I knew
Okay.
what the fuck you were talking. I'm sorry.
Why are you?
Did you just tell him to not Jew you? where are you
Don't
going
you
with
give
this?
me your bagels and your matzo balls.
Okay, listen.
No, don't fucking sit there Jew me like a fucking. I knew exactly what the fuck you were talking about.
Phil, can we go for
Fucking
15 more minutes
asshole.
real quick?
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What do you
All
got?
right. So to get off of George's anger and to let him simmer down and
No,
actually.
don't fucking talk to me like that.
Shh,
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Shut up.
Suck my dick. Call me Shorty. I was born in 1940.
So
You weren't. Yes, I was. Don't lie.
if you two don't shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Go, Brandon.
so Cody, I know you pay attention to the sports world. These two don't.
More or less.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So
Not
you know one of the Ball brothers got arrested in China, right?
Yeah. You talking about Donald Trump's tweet?
Bruh. Bruh.
He's like, I should
Okay.
have left him there. Like it was up to
Okay.
you dumb fuck. Jesus
But-
Christ.
But the part of it, this is where, because I was reading this before we started. Part of me kind of respected some of the tweets he said. Other parts of me were like, why are you acting like a 12-year-old girl? Because it's like, at the end of the day, he was like, he said some real shit where he was like, hey, I'm glad you guys got out.
Right.
Make sure you thank the president of China and have a great life. Don't make this mistake again, basically. Which is some real shit to say to somebody.
Yeah.
But then he followed it up with these motherfucking tweets like a 12-year-old girl. And I'm like, why are you my president? It's the same thing we talked about, what was that, last week? Where it's like,
so, yeah. He's like, I tried so hard to be Kim Jong-un's friend.
like,
No, that was just some straight trolling.
But, like-
let's not act like that was meant to be serious.
but like on ESPN, LeVar Ball, if you don't know LeVar Ball, he is.
wait, hold the fuck
Hold up. You think Trump
I
actually
tried.
meant that shit?
I tried.
Dumbass. Are
I
you
tried.
stupid?
I
You think
tried
there's
so
not
hard.
then stop
I tried.
talking. You lost. You
tried.
stop
God's
talking.
It's
God.
okay, hold on. I'm gonna take over this conversation for a quick second. Everybody's real question that they want to know the answer to is why is there a footprint on Brandon's ceiling?
What? That's not a footprint. You
On the
dumb
audio
mother-
podcast, let's talk about the things someone can't see.
Yes. Okay, Brandon, continue with what you're saying about LeVar Ball.
Anyway, so LeAngelo Ball, who's one of LeVar Ball's sons, stole some Louis Vuitton glasses from China. And in China, if you steal, you go to jail for 5 to 10 years, which is out of this world.
Hey,
But hey, it's their
keep your
laws.
ass from stealing, right?
Right, exactly. So part of me was like, I found it funny they said he should have left their ass in there because, like, let's be real, he really should have. Because if it was anybody else, your ass would have been left in
Yeah.
there.
Should
Like,
left
let's
him
be
dumbass
real.
there.
I mean, but like, it's not like Donald Trump had a say in it.
He
Like,
didn't, but
It was everyone else under the government that like worked that
yeah,
out.
I mean
He
that's
didn't
true.
have shit to
He
do with
didn't
it.
have shit to do with it. But I'm saying it's like because he's the president, he gets that claim
Credit,
because
yeah.
you give the head honcho the credit. But like,
Shit.
but like, would you feel bad for him if he actually got left there in China?
No.
Who, LeAngelo?
Yeah.
I mean,
How much money does this man have?
Oh, his family's loaded.
Exactly. And he was caught stealing Gucci sunglasses.
But people don't think it was him. They think it was his teammates, but he was just there. So you know how China is just like. I mean, I don't really know how China, but they just wrapped them all up because it's like guilty by association.
Yeah. That's how they do it.
These white/black hoodlums.
No, it's just.
I think they all were black.
Yeah, I
low-key.
think they're all black.
I don't know. I
I
wasn't.
don't know.
I didn't.
I
I wasn't
don't-
there.
I know LeAngelo is, but
Can we say something real quick? Stop going to foreign countries and doing dumb shit, people.
bro, please, oh my
Like,
god,
No, do you remember that dumbass who went to fucking? First of all, don't go to fucking North Korea and then
can you calm down?
no, because no, I will not.
You cussing too much. Calm
Yes.
down. Calm down.
Anyway, so remember that asshole who went to North Korea in like 2015, and he was trying to steal propaganda, and they caught his dumbass. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel bad for him at all. At all.
yeah,
Well, it's like-
you're going to the most like communist fucking country in history, and you're like, I'm gonna steal some shit. Yeah, good fucking luck.
First of all, just don't go to fucking North Korea. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well,
What do you want to see? Starving people?
What was it? What somebody? This is probably gonna jog somebody's memory. The incident with the Olympics at the gas station, where they broke something and they got arrested.
I remember this actually.
I got nothing.
I think it was in China.
Was it the swim team or was it?
I don't remember, but they did some.
It was a
fucked up
group of
things.
American athletes who basically got held at gunpoint by security guards because they did something in this gas station that caused the owner of the gas station to call the cops, and they ended up getting arrested. Or basically, they said they were basically robbed.
Yeah.
They basically held them at gunpoint, said, "Give us all your money so you can pay for whatever damages you caused, and we'll let you go."
Dang, that's
It's like, don't do
crazy,
stupid
bruh.
shit in other countries, people.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Like, or matter of fact, how about this? This is gonna be like hella. I don't know if it's. I guess it'd be xenophobic. Anyway, don't go to countries where you know they don't like Americans,
Yeah.
and
that's just-
that they're and like if you don't go to Russia,
and then do
first
some
of all,
American ass shit.
right? Don't go to Russia because your ass will get locked up in a gulag for eternity. You dead. We sorry.
First
your
of all,
fault.
any country that has a shady human rights record,
Don't go there.
fucking go.
Don't go there.
I'll fucking go.
Don't go there.
So America.
Facts, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Facts, B. Facts. He just dropped that bomb on your ass, boy.
I can't tell whether
I
you're being
didn't mean
serious
to blow
or not.
my mic out.
But
I mean, I was being pretty serious. Yeah.
no, we're better than everybody else.
We're a lot more lenient than everybody
Yeah,
else.
dumbass.
Lenient,
Look at
yeah.
the rest of the
Yeah, but you said human rights history.
Okay, congratulations. We're still better than everyone else, and I mean that.
the Black Lives Matter movement is a thing for a reason.
It wouldn't be a thing in other countries because they would shut it the fuck down immediately.
I mean,
That doesn't make it right.
Sweden's a free country.
No one said it was right.
Finland's
Still
a free
better than everybody
country.
else.
The UK is a free country.
So is America. It's still better than all those other
America's
fucking
still
places.
shit with
You
human
know
rights.
me. I don't have a problem with shitting on other countries and calling out
So you
America.
just have a problem with shitting on America?
No,
Is that what your problem is?
motherfucker.
He literally
look,
just
I-
said
I-
that.
I know. Calm down.
I mean, you say this.
Don't see.
You say this, but there's still gay rights protests in Russia, and it's illegal there. So clearly,
Yeah,
they're
it's
not
still
shutting
illegal
anything
there.
down.
It's
They're
still
not shutting
illegal there.
anything.
How
down.
progressive do you think Australia is? Quick thing.
What about?
What does that
Australia?
have to?
No,
I don't
because
understand.
this is something that often throws people off. How progressive do you think Australia
They're
is?
not. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is illegal there.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is
Exactly.
illegal there.
Video games and other things are censored there.
Yeah.
That means we're automatically better than them.
What? So you can watch a dude get fuck a girl in the ass while he's watching the news?
Damn straight, like a.
That's
fucking
what makes us
Like
better.
among other
What does
things.
that have to do with human rights? Again?
Also, they just now
I'm sorry.
recently voted
what does that?
in
What does
gay
that?
rights.
What does that have to do? What does that have
If
to
you
do?
fucking shut the fuck up, jackass, and fucking didn't fucking run your cock holster for fucking 5 hours, you fucking piece of shit.
You took that from his father. You can't use it against
yes.
him.
Anyway, so they just now,
Phil, I tried.
in the last fucking week, voted in gay marriage.
Oh, we did that like a year ago.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
You
No,
stupid
we just
bitch.
did that a year ago.
You stupid bitch.
We still did it before them.
Nigga, a year in country time don't mean shit. And now you got me saying nigga on this fucking podcast. We're fucking done.
I think
Fuck
it
all
fucking
you.
matters.
We're done.
I think it fucking matters, doesn't it? I think it fucking matters. No. We're horrible compared to everybody else. Oh, but we're better.
I didn't say
Live
we
in
were.
reality.
I didn't say we were horrible.
Then why'd you contest it when I said we're better than everyone else?
I didn't. You
Because
said
we're
that
not.
after the fact.
What?
We're also not though either. Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
No, I
No,
don't think
we're
we are.
not.
Nah.
Got me saying
Nah.
nigga in public. What's wrong with you, boy?
Nah. I think you're
I don't think immigrants go to other countries.
Are you stupid?
false.
You don't realize people travel outside of America to go live in other countries. They're immigrants. What are you talking about?
I mean, are you forgetting about the massive amounts of populations of Indian people in London?
Yes, but not as many as that try to come here. When people try to emigrate to a new country, they usually try to come here.
More jobs. Doesn't make it better.
It's because we're still a young, growing country, stupid.
Yeah, it's also true.
I still say we're better than everybody else. And
But you,
understood it.
I was just going off human rights. That's all I was going off of. And if you look at our track record, it's quite terrible, actually.
yeah, and I'm
I
not
hate
saying
ignorant
that.
bitches. You know?
All you look, you took this somewhere else. You said don't go to a country where the human rights track record was a little shady, and I said, well, hello, we have a terrible human rights track record.
Which we do.
It's horrible.
But still better than a lot of other countries.
Brandon, what's your last name?
Renter.
Yeah, why is that?
Fucking slave owner.
And if you were in Saudi Arabia, you'd probably still be a slave.
But based off class, not race.
No. I think they
Yeah.
mostly
They're
just
Brown. What the fuck?
You're a simple bitch. What is wrong with
Okay, so taking a Saudi Arabian. No. Hold on.
It's based on class.
No, it's often based on whether the fact they're Pakistani or not.
Yeah, but he's black, so how do you
Yeah,
know
but
that?
it's still an ethnic thing.
God.
Instead of racism, it's xenophobia.
That's different than race. That's still a class
Is it
thing.
better? Is it better? I'm sorry, we're just yelling at this point.
You're yelling. Who's
You're
we?
fucking retarded.
There's no we involved.
Was he not just yelling earlier?
I'm cleaning myself and Phil. Y'all two are yelling.
I'm yelling because you're a dumb bitch.
You don't know shit about dick.
I think he does because he has one.
You just don't
What time
understand
are we at?
conversations,
I think we're
bruh.
just yelling at
We're
each
at
other.
35 minutes.
30. What the fuck?
1 hour 35 minutes?
No, just 35 minutes.
Are you
Bullshit.
fucking serious?
Yeah, we have another 25 minutes to go.
Hell
Are
yeah.
you serious?
God
Hell
damn it! I
yeah.
thought I was done with
Oh,
this.
I'm
bitch.
ready for
Okay.
this.
No,
And-
I'm ready for this.
I'm actually happy because we're having a conversation. right
and
now.
on that note, we're going to end this podcast tonight.
What?
Thank
What?
you for listening to this installment of the Classically Urban Podcast.
Oh
my
my
name's
God,
OG
Phil.
Philly G.
Confused. Why?
Thank you, God.
Why so early?
I'm fucking Baby Ice Cube. I'm going upstairs. Fuck this shit.
My name's The Legacy, TheLegaCee.
My name's George Georgopoulos. I'm the only one who uses his real name on this podcast.